Marc Coma is one of the world's foremost off-road motorcyclists, a three-time winner of the Dakar Rally and a five-time Cross-Country Rallies world champion. Transworld Sport journeyed to Spain recently to meet up with the 36-year-old. Coma hails from the town of Avia. Situated some 120 kilometers northwest of Barcelona, it's a rural community of just over 2,000 people, and it lies at the foothills of the Pyrenees. Like his father before him, Marc was brought up on the family farm. Marc Coma was himself an accomplished motorcyclist who competed in national-level enduro and motocross events. As a result, Marc was always around motorbikes, and it wasn't long before Coma Jr. started embarking on his own two-wheeled adventures.
He went a bit wild with it, just like youngsters always do. But I told him that if he wanted to learn to ride properly, he'd have to be serious about it. Otherwise, he'd only be able to use it to ride at weekends and go out with his friends. He chose to take it seriously and do things properly. He's worked really hard, and as a result, things have turned out well.
Marc has been a professional racer for over a decade. His competition schedule this year includes 6 rounds of the Cross-Country Rallies World Championship in Abu Dhabi, Qatar, Sardinia, Argentina, Brazil and Egypt. However, the most important fixture on the calendar is legendary off-road endurance race, the Dakar Rally.
I've been a fan of the Dakar since I was a child, and I always looked at it from a fan's point of view. It never crossed my mind that I could even take part in a Dakar. That in itself was a dream come true. I just never thought it could happen. And then what followed, well, that was just incredible.
Coma competed in his first Dakar in 2002. So impressive was his debut that he was signed up by KTM to ride for their factory team the year after. Having established himself as a serious contender, Marc won the illustrious race in 2006. 2 more victories followed in 2009 and 11 after the event had relocated to South America due to the threat of terrorist attacks in West Africa.
We're talking about a race that takes place over 10,000 kilometers or so, a distance that we cover in just 15 days. That already gives you an idea of how tough it is. And what's more, you're not racing on roads, but through a desert. And then you have to add in several other factors that really take their toll. The lack of sleep, not being able to eat regularly, and of course, out in the desert, you can't always have a shower when you need one. You're also under a lot of pressure because it's such an important event. This combination of factors means you're up against the toughest race in the world of motorsport.
Not only is it tough, it's dangerous. Since the race first took place in 1979, 25 competitors have lost their lives. Marc's former teammate Andy Caldecott died after crashing in the 2006 Dakar Rally.
Unfortunately, some fellow competitors have had accidents and paid a very high price. A price they should never have had to pay. We're fully aware of the challenges, and we know that if you make a mistake in the desert, well, you can't really afford to make mistakes out there, can you? So the psychological factor really does play a major part in these races.
Last October, Coma dislocated his shoulder whilst competing in the Rally Morocco and was unable to recover in time to take part in this year's Dakar. He's since resumed training and returned to full fitness. Marc's gym is located in the nearby town of Bera, and he trains under the watchful eye of his strength and conditioning coach, Pau.
There's work that I need to do at the gym, lifting weights and working on my strength. For everything else, I like to be outside in the fresh air. Mountain biking, climbing, off-road riding. Everything I can do outdoors, I do. So my training is extremely varied.
Marc's shoulder injury meant he could only look on as France's Cyril Desprez picked up his 5th Dakar title last January. Coma and Desprez have had some epic duels in the desert, and between them have won every Dakar for the past 8 years.
I think that our intense rivalry has forced us both to raise our levels considerably over the past few years. That raw desire to win and finish ahead of one another has made us stronger and helped us both to evolve as riders.
Thanks to his achievements on 2 wheels and motorcycle sport's relatively high profile in Spain, Coma is well known throughout the country. However, he's never been tempted to leave Avia for the bright lights of Barcelona. Marc thrives on the familiar surroundings of home and the close Catalan community he grew up in.
It's perfect for training. If you want to enjoy a quiet life as a sportsman, it's the best place you could be. And I really can't imagine living anywhere else. This is where I was born, and this is where I want to stay.
Coma has made a highly successful return to competition this year, winning the opening 2 rounds of the Cross-Country Rallies Championship in Abu Dhabi and Qatar. A 6th world title beckons, and barring further injury, Marc will start as one of the favourites to win the 2014 Dakar next January.
Maybe one day I'll wake up and find I've grown tired of this lifestyle, of training so hard. But I don't want to set a date for my retirement or even think about when that might be. I'm someone who prefers to take things step by step.
Poco a poco, ¿no?